was not supposed to be the official residence of the Vice President. But I think it was Orlando Kodia that first moved into the house, so I can't remember now. And then it just became a tradition. But FCDA built it for the Chief Justice. So I was trying to solve a problem. Give the judiciary their house and the Vice President moves to Abuja House, which in my view is better and more secure. And when I raised that in 2003, Vice President Abuja agreed, he said it's nice. But go and convince the President. I don't want to ask for it. So I went to President Obasanjo and I convinced him. He said, are you sure DP wants to move? I said, well, I have talked to him, he thinks it's a nice place. I went back to DP and I said, the President has agreed. I wrote a memo to President Obasanjo and he approved. Forward. When a copy of that memo went to Chief of Staff raised an objection. He said, how can a sitting Vice President change houses? That is not right. That it will send some signals. And because of that, the whole thing was stopped. DP and Chief wanted to move. President Obasanjo consented to it, but this didn't happen. So President Obasanjo reminded me of that. He said, look, this Vice President, where the Vice President now lives, is on the road. It's not safe. I don't want someone driving by throwing a grenade into Vice President Goodluck's house. So let us look at the possibility of the next Vice President of Nigeria staying in the house. That's how it started. So I wrote a memo to President Obasanjo proposing this. I said, further to our discussion, and he approved. And that is why today Vice President Goodluck is dying. After that was done, President Obasanjo now called me again. He said, now that the Vice President will be in the house, his guest houses should also be within the security zone of the villa. Because if we are securing the Vice President of the house, it is a security risk to let him go out to other guest houses. So send the guest houses. That's how the decision was taken. I said, but Mr. President, we have finished meeting, we have finished what he said. Yes, sir.
Please. There was a memo submitted here.
Yes, sir.
Under testimony.
Yes, sir.
That shows that you originated a memo to the President.
Yes.
Hold on, please.
Yes.
In which you requested that those 3 houses be sold to yourself,
Yes.
Aminu Tijani, Abdullah Tijani, and Dr. Hassan Lawal.
Yes, sir. I did.
Hold on.
And the reason was that there were too many guest houses.
Hold on.
That was the reason being.
Yes, sir.
Now, for the security of the Vice President, one of his times,
Yes.
that these were guest houses.
Yes, sir.
I want to put it to you, Honorable Minister, because apart from yourself and Tijani Abdullah,
Yes, sir.
who we are told is your in-law.
He's not my name, sir.
Okay, Dr. Hassan Lawal
Yes. Minister level.
declined to buy.
He accepted and then declined.
And then the house was offered to Professor Shuntuku.
No, he's not the professor. His father was the professor. Right?
Okay, what is the Chief?
So he didn't quite get there, sir.
Okay, Chief Shuntuku, whatever. And so 3 of you bought those houses.
Yes, sir.
The point is,
Yes.
that having not been in occupation of those houses, you were required
Yes.
by your guidelines
Yes.
to bid, even if a decision was taken
Yes.
that those guest houses should be sold.
Yes.
There was that requirement to bid,
Yes.
which did not take place.
This is.
And let me also tell you that under that guise,
Yes.
your former staff, Mr. Abbas,
Yes.
was also able to secure for himself a 4-bedroom house in Maitama for 11 million naira.
Yes, sir.
Substantially undervalued.
No, I will explain this.
Please. So the point is,
Yes.
we need to acknowledge
Yes.
here that the guidelines that you operated in these particular instances were not adhered to.
Mr. Distinguished Senator, I have explained to you why at that point.
You can say they were not.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
You can say they were not adhered to, but before A, B, C, D. The important thing
Yes.
That guidelines were not adhered to.
Exactly.
You can then explain.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Throughout the period, sir, whenever we had what I call hard cases, we went to council and the guidelines were continuously amended by council conclusions. It was Federal Executive Council, sir, that issued those guidelines. The same council.
Let's move to the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But
the head of service.
yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Let me explain.
Yes.
So, because bidding has stopped, because walk-in sale has stopped, that's why we have sold the houses at reserve price.
The new minister conducted walk-in sales after you left.
After I left, yes, but at that
So
time,
you cannot say that.
no, sir. This was April, sir. I was writing my handover notes and paying up accounts.
Honorable Minister,
Yes, sir.
we have evidence here of you making allocations up to the 28th of May.
Yes, sir.
So,
But sale of houses, sir, the records and the documentation covering 32,000 houses with allegations in the air that money was missing, I had to do an audit, sir.
there were plenty.
I drew a line, sir.
There were plenty of allegations concerning allocation, revocation, and reallocation of plots as well.
Yes.
The point is,
Yes, sir.
Honorable Minister,
Yes, sir.
that on this particular occasion,
Yes.
it was convenient for the process of bidding to stop. It is not because there were complaints, it was not because you were handing over, because where you were handing over, you were still allocating plots, and there were tons and tons of complaints with regard to allocations.
No,
So
sir.
why didn't those make you stop that process?
No, sir. These are two different processes. Sale of houses is not my job, sir. It was a duty imposed on me by Federal Executive Council, which I had to report back.
Okay, let's move to
Allocation of plots is my statutory and constitutional duty, sir.
let's move to the head of service.
And on head of service, sir, I agree with everything that you read from the Constitution.